At noon from KSFR News, Bill Dupuy in the Midday News Crew, coming up now on 1214. The governor has advanced his plan to help guide the state legislature to a balanced budget for the coming 2 years. No easy task. $500 million or more is the size of the hole that has to be filled. One of his proposals is to improve the tax collection system so more taxes can be collected. I asked Tax Secretary Rick Homans how his department would do that.
Well, the main thing is that we're going to put more resources into our auditing collection to discover people who are really deliberately avoiding paying taxes that they owe, and that's important because it creates a level playing field and everybody pays their fair share. So you don't have the taxpayers who are abiding by the law paying more than they have to because other people are skirting the law. So we're going to invest in our what we call our data warehouse, where we collect and share data on companies and individuals and auditors who can work more closely with these companies and individuals to determine what exactly that they owe the state. At the same time, we're very aware that there are other people who are trying very hard to keep up with their taxes, and we have ways in which we can work with them and help them and come on payment plans, et cetera, to make sure that they can get through tough periods. But it's the ones who are deliberately avoiding paying what they owe. Those are the ones we're really concerned about.
Now, you say they are definitely avoiding paying what they owe. How do you know that?
Well, because you see that they may be not paying their withholding taxes or their gross receipts taxes, and things will pop up in terms of data that we have on the company that will raise a red flag. And once we go meet with them and talk with them, we'll, in some cases, find that red flag is justified. And as we look in detail at their records, that they are, not paying for certain things, or maybe they have put forward a whole bunch of exemptions that seems out of line with what the trend is or what the standard is, and that will give us create a red flag that we'll look at too. But we try not to be onerous. We try to be very respectful and professional with these people. But the IRS reports that there's about 15% of money that's there's a tax gap where people, which is the difference between what people legally owe and what they voluntarily pay, and that's the gap. And we've been very successful in the last 4 years. We've brought in about $600 million that wasn't being collected before, that's legally owed the state, and that's really helped to create a good financial situation for the state and a fair level playing field for the taxpayers.
That's a whopping amount. That would make up for the budget deficit right there.
Yeah, well,
if you could do that again.
Well, that's over that 5-year period, and that was the low-hanging fruit. As you get into that tax gap more, it becomes a little more sophisticated, the schemes that people have to, and the way they hide from paying taxes. So that's why we need the auditors and the collection agents in order to make sure that everybody is paying their fair share and the burden doesn't unfairly fall on people who are just trying to live by the law and do the right thing.
What's it going to cost adding to staff to get this done?
We estimate that total over a couple of years will bring in about $45 million, and that's going to, in a recurring expense, it's about $5 million a year that it costs for software, hardware upgrades, and additional staff to undertake the effort.
So it's an investment that would pay back pretty quick.
Oh yeah, it comes in right away. There's a little bit of a lag time once you get the people up to speed, you get the software installed, but then it comes up. And I think it's when you have a good professional compliance effort like this, it just increases the overall level of compliance in the state. People know that New Mexico takes it seriously, that they need to pay their taxes, and so voluntary compliance increases as we demonstrate to people, that we're serious about the collection and compliance side of things.
Tax Secretary Rick Homans, many thanks.